Hey guys, this is Haley, and in today's video I'm going to be talking all about how to care for a senior bunny. The first thing I'm going to talk about is what is considered a senior rabbit. So rabbits are considered seniors when they are 6 years of age or older, or when they start showing signs of age. So this might seem a little bit vague, but basically depending on the breed and the genetics of your rabbit, it does really vary on when your rabbit is considered a senior bunny. So the other question you might be wondering is, what are the signs of aging? So the major thing you're going to start noticing, you may even notice this way before 6 years old, but basically once your rabbit starts aging, they are going to be sleeping a lot more than they used to. Now this depends on your rabbit and their activity level, of course. Lop-eared rabbits tend to be a lot more laid back and sleep a lot more, so this is definitely a variable depending on your specific bunny. However, most times when rabbits are very active when they're younger, they tend to start sleeping a little bit more as they grow older. However, once they become fairly older, a lot of the times they don't really play as much anymore. They don't run around, they kind of just chill and relax, and they might like run around and get excited for food. The main thing that will kind of determine when your rabbit is a senior is they start getting a lot more health problems, and sadly this is something that just comes with age. Some rabbits may be healthy up until the day they die, but a lot of the times when your rabbit gets over the age of 6 years old, they start to get a lot more health problems than they would have earlier in their life. Another sign that your rabbit's getting older is arthritis and stiffness, especially in their back legs. So another sign that your rabbit may be getting older is gray or white fur. However, if your rabbit is already white or already gray like Sterling is, Sterling's like right here, but he's playing with my fake head. But if your rabbits are already that color, this is going to be difficult. Ebony actually started getting a couple of white furs back when she was 4 years old, so that definitely doesn't mean your rabbit is a senior if it starts getting white fur. But by the time, like for example, Lulu is 9, she has a lot more white furs than she ever did. Her whole brown area of her body is just covered in white fur compared to when she was younger. There was no white there. Another thing is once they start getting fairly older, like around probably 8 years old or over, I tend to notice that a lot of rabbits have kind of ruffled fur. I don't really know how else to describe it, but basically instead of their fur being nice and smooth, it's like more kind of like choppy. I don't even know how to describe it. It just doesn't look smooth anymore, and you can tell they're older just kind of by looking at them, but that tends to be more in the late elderly stage. Some other common issues are sore hocks, overgrown teeth, weight loss. So now that I've kind of covered like what an elderly rabbit is, I'm just gonna kind of talk about what to do like when your rabbit's old, how to help them, how to make them more comfortable. So the number one thing is to have a healthy diet. Of course, this is something you want every single one of your rabbits to have, no matter their age. However, it is very important once they are older to keep a very close eye on their diet. So of course, nice fresh leafy greens, unlimited grass hay, and fresh water served from a bowl are all vital. Once the rabbit is older, they may need some more calories than they did when they were younger. So for example, an elderly rabbit may have issues keeping on weight. This is something that happens in a lot of animals and also humans. Of course, there's those cases where they're actually overweight when they're elderly, but a lot of the times rabbits will actually lose weight and be more bony than they were when they were in their prime years. When this happens, you may need to up their calorie intake. You need to make sure you ask your vet about exactly what they should be getting and ask their opinion. The second thing is, of course, to have a proper cage. Rabbits who are in cages too small can have a lot more issues with muscle loss, arthritis, stiffness, stuff like that. So make sure your rabbit is in a proper house. Rabbits need a minimum of 2 feet by 4 feet for their cage. However, this is the bare minimum they should ever be in, and I personally feel that a rabbit should be in at least a 4 foot by 4 foot cage. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be in that specific setup, but around the same amount of square footage. In addition to proper cage space, you need to make sure that your rabbits are still getting exercise. This is something that I have kind of learned a lot recently with Lulu as she aged, is that just because she's older doesn't mean that she doesn't need a lot of exercise time. So beyond just the mental stimulation that provides, it is actually very beneficial to arthritis and the stiffness that your rabbit may have. And also very important in sore hocks if your rabbit struggles with that. Something else you will need for your rabbits once they are older is softer flooring. This is just because older rabbits are very prone to sore hocks, especially because they're sleeping and sitting a lot more, and especially like arthritis. So softer flooring is a must for these elderly rabbits. I strongly recommend using puzzle mats for covering large areas and then putting sheets or fleece on top. And then for their cages, where it's a much smaller space you need to cover, I would use memory foam mats. You can just get like memory foam bath mats and cover them with nice soft fleece, or also a bedding called Sherpa bedding. This bedding is a lot more soft and very good for rabbits who have sore hocks. Another thing you have to be careful of with elderly rabbits is to really make sure you are watching them for signs of illness. This is really important at any phase of your rabbit's life, as rabbits can get sick no matter how old they are. However, it's incredibly important to keep a closer eye on them when they are older, simply because they're more prone to illness than they were before. A couple more common things may be head shaking, scratching, fur loss, head tilt, runny poop, lethargy, signs of GI stasis, discharge from their nose or from their eyes, urinary issues, drooling, which could indicate teeth problems, and basically just really know your rabbit. Know what they're like when they're normal, know what they're like every day, so that when they do get sick, you know the signs and symptoms. Another thing to be aware of is that you'll probably be spending a lot more money on your rabbit once they are a senior. That's simply because they're going to need a lot more vet care than they did when they were younger. Senior rabbits a lot of the times also require medication on a daily basis. A lot of the times this is due to arthritis, just kind of pain medication. It could be an assortment of different medications. And last but not least is to do your research. For example, with Lulu, I had never had a bunny with such bad arthritis or sore hocks or anything like that. Never had that issue before. So what I personally did is I did a lot of research. I reached out to a couple different veterinarians that I trust, and I got their opinions. I also went to knowledgeable rabbit owners who I trusted and knew that they took good care of their bunnies, and I asked their opinions into how they went about treating arthritis in their rabbits. So I got a lot of ideas that way, and then I kind of brought them all together and laid them out with me and my vet, and then we decided how to go about treating her. So overall, elderly rabbits do require a lot more time, a lot more care, and a lot more money than young, happy, healthy little bunnies. However, rabbits can live long, happy lives as long as you provide them the opportunity to. Rabbits can live 8 to 10 or more years, depending on their breed and their genetics. So if you provide them the tools they need to grow and thrive, you can have your rabbit live a long, happy life. Now, of course, there's always, circumstances beyond your control. Your rabbit gets a deadly illness, or it has really bad genetics and, they just can't live that long. However, many rabbits can live into their elderly years and be just as happy. For anyone interested, I would love to do a personalized video on Lulu's elderly care. Ebony is considered a senior, but honestly, I don't consider her a senior yet because she's not showing signs of aging. However, Lulu has a lot of care. I give her pain medication every day. I give her injections to help with arthritis, and I do a lot of different therapies with her. So if you guys are interested in that and just kind of interested on one rabbit's, elderly care, I would love to do a video on that for you guys. If you have any further questions about senior rabbit care, please, please, please go to your exotic veterinarian, as they will have a ton more information for you. If you have any basic questions, you can drop them in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer them for you guys. But that's basically it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you very soon on a new one. Bye!